Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I'll be making the perfect cheesecake crust, and I'm sharing with you a few tips and tricks on how to get a really tall crust all around the sides of the cheesecake. And I'm gonna start by melting half a cup of unsalted butter in the microwave. And while that is melting, I want to get my cookies ready. So I'm using Digestive biscuits, but you can use whatever neutral flavored cookie you have available to you. Graham crackers, of course, is an optimal choice for this kind of crust. So I'm doing this in a food processor, but you could also do it by hand with a Ziploc bag or some sort of sealed bag and a rolling pin also. And you do want to make sure that there are no chunks of cookies or biscuits left in this mix. Now, when that's ready, we can incorporate our butter, which is not hot, it's just about melted, so it should be relatively cool. And I'm gonna give this a quick stir. And at this point, I want to give it an extra touch, and I'm gonna add some salt to this just to bring out the flavor of the cookies. And just mix it very well, make sure all the crumbs are well incorporated with the butter. You can put that aside, and now we're gonna prepare our pan. I'm using a springform pan, and I'm lightly coating the bottom with butter and the sides as well. Once that's done, I'm gonna cover all of these components with some parchment or baking paper. So first we want to secure the bottom, like so. And then we also want to cover the sides. You have to be a bit more generous with the butter for the sides, as it will be easier for the paper to stick. So there we go. So now we're ready to put our cookie crumbs in this form. And I'm just gonna dump the whole thing inside the pan. Now, to help me flatten the crust, I'm using a glass with a pretty flat bottom and flat sides that are in sort of an L shape. And I start just circling around at the bottom of the crust with slight pressure, just to get the X's on the sides as evenly as I can. And once you've distributed things evenly, you can apply a bit more pressure and push towards the walls of the pan. I like to be a bit gentle at the beginning and just go one way around the whole thing, and then increase the pressure, whatever you feel most comfortable with at this stage. And once you're done, it should hold its shape like so. You can put it in the fridge for 20 minutes before you fill it with the cheesecake filling. And I do suggest that before baking, you put it over a tray, as the butter may leak out a little bit while baking. Once it's fully chilled, you can remove the walls of the springform pan very carefully. The paper might come off at this point, but just be careful not to touch the crust as much as possible. To remove the bottom part of the springform pan, you can just lift the parchment that was hanging very gently from two opposite sides. And it should come off quite easily. Then you can just peel the parchment away from the crust, and it's a very sturdy crust, so it should hold its shape quite well. And this is ready to serve. So I hope you enjoyed this video today and that you found some of the tips useful. And if you did, just give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos.